Hey Evan, it's Evan. It's me. I just watched a video that I made. It's like 12 minutes of ranting, and I don't think it's very positive. So I'm going to try to remake this video and be a little more positive about my experience, but I don't know. So here we go. As everyone knows, I'm 40 something years old. I'm living in Texas, and I'm a trans man. And if you've watched any of my videos, then you know that I met somebody. I met this woman named Brandina. She was amazing. She and I are twin flames. And then she passed away. It's been almost 2 years. It's coming up on the 2 year marker since her death. I have been struggling with whether or not I want to date again after this experience with her. Because I've made a video on Instagram, and if you don't know, I have an Instagram channel. It's also Evan is Trans-dimensional. So you can check out any of my videos over there. I've made some videos about my experience as a trans person and some of my spiritual experiences, which I'll continue to do on this channel as well. Pardon me, I'm very upset. I'm trying not to cry. I'm a little bruised and my feelings are a little hurt, and I'm a little, I don't know, I think I'm a little reactionary. I'm trying to not have a reaction. I'm trying to just have a response to what has occurred to me in the last 24 hours. But let me get into it. So I've been trying to decide whether or not I wanted to date. I've been struggling with my feelings of feeling guilty and moving forward. Having had Brandina in my life, and she has visited me. She visits me energetically. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I feel energy. I feel when my guides are here. I feel when my father is here. He's also passed away. I feel when Brandina shows up. Apparently I don't know what the clair is, but there's some clair sentient thing or something where you can feel energy, and I guess I'm one of those people, and I'm also an empath. So I've been navigating all that. In the last 2 years, I've been having these discoveries about myself spiritually. I've been having a spiritual awakening, or going through what they call a, excuse me, or going through what they call a dark night of the soul. And I probably need to make a video on that, but I'll do that later because I want to get back to why I'm making this video. So I guess this is about dating as a trans man. I guess this is about navigating the dating world as a trans man. And so I'm just going to tell everyone about my experiences because I can't speak for every trans man, and I'm not going to speak for every trans person. I'm just going only to speak on my behalf of my experience. So I dated a woman for 12 years. Then we ended up breaking up. We still were seeing each other, unbeknownst to anyone. I'm sure people probably had an idea, but we never said anything. But for 3 years after that, we still screwed around and had sex and tried to figure out where the hell we were as two people, not in a relationship, but having an attachment and having been in a relationship. And at that point in time, I started transitioning, and this person seemed okay with my transition until one day they made a comment when I brought up to them in conversation about the fact that we had a pretty good sex life. They turned to me and said, "Please don't ever bring that up again. It makes me uncomfortable to hear you say that." So that right there was a clue that this person obviously probably really was never comfortable with me or my body as a woman when we were dating as two women. And now that I was becoming a man and going through my transition and developing all the physical marker features of being a man, it must have been confusing to her, and she felt very uncomfortable. And instead of saying that to me, she continued to have sex with me for 3 years, and then finally was like, "Nope, I'm very uncomfortable by you," which I think is fucking rude. But whatever, I don't talk to her anymore. Then I discovered that I had a crush on this woman who ran a spiritual-based business, and I was using her spiritual services. When I finally came forward and I was like, "Hey, I had a crush on you," and I was very thankful because I was like, "Oh my God, I didn't think I was ever going to have feelings again for anybody," and I realized I was physically attracted to this person, and I was like, "Oh wait, I'm just physically attracted to them. Is there anything else about them that I find attractive?" And I realized I was just physically attracted to them. But for me, I like to get to know people. before I sleep with them, I want to make sure there's a connection. And so I realized I don't have any connection with this woman besides that she lives in another state. I see her through Zoom and I'm physically attracted to her. So I was like, okay, well, that's cool. I'm fine with that because at least that tells me I'm not dead inside like I find other people physically attractive. So I realized, okay, that part of me is not dead. Now I just need to deal with the emotional factor of finding out whether I really wanted to be with somebody because it's not Brandina, and if I was ready emotionally for that. So that took a little bit. That took some time to work through, and I decided that I was ready. I was like, I think I'm emotionally ready. I've been going to therapy. I've worked with a heart healer, and somewhat she kind of worked, she and my heart healer. Hi, Marsha. Yeah, if you're looking her up, her name is Dr. Marsha Martin, the heart healer. Look her up, her services. She's amazing. She really, really helped me. I still have contact with her today. We worked together for, I want to say, I think it was 3 or 4 months that I worked with this lady, and still, that was over a year ago. It was like literally about like 2020, I think the end of 2020. I realized I needed to work with someone and work on my trauma from my childhood so that I could move forward and have a healthy relationship, an even more healthier relationship than I had with Brandina, for whoever was supposed to be in my life next. So I worked with her, and everyone's telling, like, my therapist and Marsha and everybody, my spirit guides are like, hey bro, I think you might want to like start looking for love again. So I was like, great. So when I developed this crush on this person, I was like, oh shit, okay, I'm physically attracted to them, but I don't know them and have no real emotional connection with them. So at least I know I can find people attractive again. So that's great. And then, like I said, I started to work on the emotional stuff. So recently, I've started interacting with somebody else who's a female, and I got a crush on them. I found them very attractive. I do not find them attractive anymore because when I revealed that I had the crush on them, they were very arrogant about it. This person also operates a spiritual based business. And they were kind of arrogant about it. They basically were like, oh, it's very obvious. And I was like, really? How'd you know? And they go, well, you're not the first man that's had a crush on me, and you're not going to be the last man that's had a crush on me. And besides that, I like girls. And and this person has an Instagram page, and they have about 10,000 or 11,000 followers because they model on the side. They do lingerie modeling and stuff. And they threw that in my face, kind of. They were like, you're not the first dude. You're not the last dude. As a matter of fact, you can join the other 10 or 11,000 people that have a crush on me that will never have access to me because I don't like men, I like women. Which is fine. There's no judgment, there's no ill will about this person liking women. I was a woman and I liked women, and I still like women. I was a gay woman for the longest time, and I identified as a gay woman, even though I really didn't identify as a woman. That's the box I was put in, and so that's how I've navigated my life for the longest time. But now that I'm a man, I still like women, so I guess I would be considered a straight trans man. I don't really know. Labels are stupid. I'm finding out labels are stupid. But yeah, the way this person basically told me, hey, I don't like you because I like girls, and join the club of all these other, get in line with all these other men, these sad sacks of men that like me. It's just kind of a slap in the face because now I'm thinking, oh, she knew I had a crush on her the whole time, but strung me along knowing I had a crush on her so that I would buy stuff from her spiritual based business. And if that is the case, and if there's even the hint that that was going on, then this person can suck it. I will not use their services anymore. I've unfriended them on Instagram. I will not be buying anything from their shop anymore. Just like the other lady that I had a crush on that I spoke about earlier. The spiritual services I was using from this first crush that I had, she also, I believe, in my mind, and when I told my friends about it, they agreed with me. But she also would get information that I would give her during our sessions. I would give her information about my personal life and how I felt about Brandine and all these other things and the things that I was experiencing. And she would take those experiences and take snippets of those experiences and then remarket them back to the public and to me, because I'm seeing her market this stuff. she would take snippets of my experience with B and twist it around and remarket back to the public to get me to keep using the services, I feel. And I think that's manipulation on a level, and I think that's shady. Both of these women, I feel, are somewhat manipulative. And so I'm finding out that not everybody who claims they're completely spiritual are probably following in a completely spiritual path. And there's no judgment. Everyone does their thing. Everyone has their path. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to say, be careful. Be careful who you're interacting with. Regardless of what they say, whatever practices they follow, or whoever they say they are, or whoever they present themselves to be. Everybody, please be careful. The other reason I'm making this video is I really want to talk about the experience of that and how I feel about it as a trans man, and how it's a big disappointment and it sucks. And this is one of the reasons why I've been struggling with whether or not to date again, and whether I even want to go down that path, because I never had to explain anything to Brandina. I never ever explained anything to her. I had one thing I think I explained in my last video I made, where I was like, this is my dick, and we had that whole weird brief conversation where she was like, I get you. And I mean, I knew she got me. I knew it from that moment. I could feel it. Like, that woman, Brandina, never questioned physicality with me and took it in stride. And I mean, maybe it helped that she was bisexual, but that was like, we never talked about our sexuality. Like, I never fucking like asked her, what's your sexuality, and why do you like me and the way my body is? Are you bisexual? Are you pansexual? Like, what is it? And we never had that discussion. It never came up because there was no need to. We both felt so comfortable in each other's presence that I never felt the need to explain myself. And I have this weird feeling that that's not really going to be my experience again. I have this feeling that I'm going to end up having to explain myself, and I don't want to do that. I shouldn't have to do that. It's a very frustrating world to live in as a trans person and try to date. I can see now why trans people usually end up dating other trans people, and I can see why trans people have such a high rate of suicide. I hope this is not a triggering thing. I'm sorry if this triggers you. I've gone through that. I've had to call a suicide hotline in the last 2 years because of my struggles. I'm worthy of being in love. I'm worthy of having someone love me. I'm completely worthy of having a relationship with somebody. I'm not saying these things because I don't feel that I have any worth and that I'm not fully capable of carrying on a relationship. I fully believe I'm fully capable of carrying on a relationship. I fully believe I'm worthy and capable of carrying on a very healthy relationship with someone and having a reciprocal relationship with somebody. And that's what I'd like to have. But the unfortunate thing is that I don't know if that's a thing for me as a trans man, because if you'll remember, I made a video where I said that 2 people recently that I interacted with basically were like, screw you, Evan. One of them is in the LGBTQ community and is a minority, and basically made the claim that I'm forcing people to believe I'm a man and that I need to stop doing that. That was hurtful. That doesn't hurt as much as the one I'm about to tell you, which is I was roommating with a guy once, and this chick that he dated very briefly found out I was trans and was asking me stuff, because I'm a pretty open book when it comes to whether I'm trans. I'd rather people hear it from the horse's mouth than find some misinformation. And I'd rather somebody hear what an experience is like as a trans person from a real trans person, rather than from somebody that isn't trans or giving misinformation. And so we started talking about me dating, and this person made a comment, and their comment was, it must be really hard to find women that want a man with no penis. And I guess I'm finding out that might be true, which is a shitty fucking admission to make. I mean, I'm not proud to make that admission, but I think this lady might have been right. Because now that I've interacted with 2 separate ladies, the funny thing is the first lady I had a crush on, I was like, it's obvious you're gay. And she was like, I'm not gay. I never said I was gay. I just happen to be dating a woman right now. Okay, that's fine. The second lady, she's gay. But she still knew that I had a crush on her and used that, I think, as a way to lead me to keep buying stuff from her. And I just think that's kind of shitty. Uh, I see now why trans men don't want to be on the planet. I can see why some trans people are committing suicide. I can see why trans men hide. I can see why trans men are kind of like this unicorn that you don't find out until they come out and say so. And most of them don't. I don't know many trans men that are my age that are openly out and open and speaking about their experiences as being trans and telling people they're trans and being proud of it. I don't know many people in the world, and maybe it's the circles I'm hanging in. Maybe I'm in the wrong circles, and I don't know. I just know that this is a struggle. And maybe there is somebody out there that wants to be with trans people. Maybe there is somebody out there that wants to be with a trans guy and has the body I have. But at this point in time, I'm not finding that to be the truth. I'm finding that if women do want a man with no penis, then they want women. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with being a homosexual person. There's nothing wrong with being gay. Be proud you're gay. Fucking go tell it from the rooftops. Be proud of who you are. It's definitely part of my message here is be proud of who you are. Don't be ashamed of who you are. Ever. I just think that the rigidity that cisgendered people like to live in is weird and fucked up and doesn't do much for people but separate them and make them feel alienated and alone like I'm feeling right now. I am allowing those two ladies, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm allowing those two ladies to make me feel alienated and alone. But the funny thing is, I already felt that way before I even interacted with them. So it's really not them making me feel that way either. I think I just generally feel that way. Because I don't think anybody really understands my journey except for me. And I know I asked to have this journey before I was born. That's my belief. Those are my spiritual beliefs. I just would like to find love, you know? I just don't see why I can't find someone that wants to share in the experience of life with me. I don't need anybody in my life. I'm fine without anyone in my life. It just sounds like a really fun adventure to be able to have that partner that is the addition to you and your life that you're living. And I had that in Brandina, but she had to go. She had to go do something somewhere else. She took the train to the Vale, and I know she's here helping me on some level. Excuse me. But yeah, that's the reality. Here's the reality of being a trans dude. Sucks. Sucks. Right now, I'm not in the best mood or capacity of being in a mood. I have a guitar lesson coming up, and hopefully that'll make me feel better. But we'll see, man. We'll see. I'll let y'all know how it goes. I keep being told somebody is supposed to come in my life and have this magical whirlwind thing happen. Sometimes I wonder if the universe knows what the hell they're talking about. Anywho, alright, if you watch this video all the way to the end, thank you. If you feel the same way, please give a thumbs up or comment below. It'd be nice to know that I'm not alone in these feelings. I feel very alone at times with my experiences as a trans person, and maybe that's why I get on here to make these videos. So if I see anybody who's watched them and give me a thumbs up, then I know I'm not alone, and they're maybe having the same struggles, or they know someone that's had the same struggles. Or maybe they've experienced it, or they've had these feelings. I don't know. But yeah. I think that's all I have to say about it right now. Alright. Sorry, I'm not looking my best. I just woke up. Trying to get ready for my day. But, I hope everybody has a wonderful afternoon. Keep your chin up. If you're trans and you're out there trying to make your way through the world, please keep your chin up. You are worthy of being alive. You are worthy of having a fruitful life. You're worthy of finding love. So, peace.